We like to kick every episode off by going around the table, which is where we talk about something new, fun, and noteworthy about our weeks. Patrick, you look like a guy who is here.
So I read about a bear that ate 70 pounds of cocaine and died because some drug runners they ditched it, right? And they nicknamed him Pablo Escobar, and I thought that was hilarious. And I just wanted to tell you all that.
That's not funny for the bear.
Okay,
at least he's gonna be remembered. What other bears get remembered? Gentle Ben.
Do you want to hear one other awful story about an animal?
Yeah, let's keep going on this vein. I'm sure everybody loves it. Okay,
someone told me this. Okay, a guy I work with told me this story yesterday. He was asked to dog sit. Okay, and this is like the people he was sitting for were related to like this organization he was working for. And so he was asked to go watch the dog. So and they have several animals. They have I think a parakeet and a dog and I think some other animals.
Okay.
Dog is his, okay, yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, so he gets there. Animals are excited. They're there, whatever. And the guy had prepped him before. The dog he does weird stuff. So don't freak out if it just acts weird, because that's what the dog does. It's older and it's whatever. So he gets there, and the dog, it's been 3-4 minutes, whatever, and the dog falls into the floor and just starts shaking. Just looks like it's seizing. Yeah, like having a seizure. And so it's doing it for a bit, and then finally he calls his buddy, and he's like, okay, I know you define weird for me, because the dog is
there's a range here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel maybe, and so the guy was like, okay, well, try this. Go get some peanut butter from the kitchen, bring it back, and then give it to the dog. And so he went and he got scoop of peanut butter, brings it back, and he's basically touching the dog's nose with the peanut butter, and the dog is not reacting. The dog is still just shaking in the floor. And while he's standing there, he's on the phone with the guy. Here's the dog. He's been there 5 minutes, and it's just shake, and then stops. And the dog just died like that. So the guy, he's on the phone, and he's like, man, I think your dog's dead. And the guy laughed at first, kind of incredulous or whatever. He's like, no, I mean, he just peed himself and he stopped moving. He died. And so
I can see why this story is hilarious to you, Patrick.
This is the worst.
Why are you choosing now to tell this story?
It's fine.
Because I just heard it, and I haven't seen you guys since I heard it. This was important to tell. So then he had to get rid of the dog, and it's just incredible.
Patrick, tell us the truth.
Yeah,
was the dog Mackenzie, and were you the guy?
She loves peanut butter.
She did love peanut butter, yes. All right, let me show you something happier. Okay. Whether or not that makes it into the actual episode, now let me show you something much happier.
Oh, it's there, man.
A couple months ago, I stayed at Disney. Tried out one of the resorts. It was Valentine's Day. I almost said Halloween. It was Valentine's Day. Seemed like the thing to do.
They're interchangeable, honestly.
Very similar.
Depends on your relationship.
They evoke similar emotions in me.
Lights off kind of people.
I get scared.
Yeah. So anyway, so that's fine. We stayed one night at one of their hotels, and then we crashed with a friend the rest of the time because we're not going to spend that kind of money. And but I got a letter in the mail from Disney. Now when you get a letter in the mail,
Dear
you
sir,
just
pay your
You
bill.
left your dead dog in the hotel room.
And they're charging me for
the cleanup.
So this was the top. This is what was on the, and it's going to be reversed right now. But it says
vellum.
It says, we hope you enjoyed your magical memories at Walt Disney World Vacation, all this other kind of stuff. And then it says this sketch was especially created by senior character artist Don Ducky Williams. And then it says some other stuff about him. And they sent this sketch
He's great.
It's totally washed out for everyone.
I was going to say, I have plenty of sketches like that.
Disappearing ink.
The problem is I don't know how to make it where y'all can see this sketch. It's showing up on my camera.
That's good.
Wait.
Oh, it's
there it is. Hold
Dumbo.
on.
I can see it.
Yeah, it is. Hold on. Let's see if I hold it this close. It's just
There we go.
Ooh. Hill
Yeah.
Family
It says
Vacation.
Hill Family Vacation.
Yeah.
Did he draw those letters too?
No.
Wait a minute. That's not an actual drawing, is it? Is
I'm
that
gonna be
not
honest.
scanned
I'm
and
gonna be
printed?
honest, man. This looks like actual pencil on paper.
Dude.
I'm not saying that it's not like basically like traced on top of a like a
Sure,
pattern or
yeah.
something, but I'm just saying like it looks like pencil on actual paper for sure.
That's pretty cool.
And it's signed on this stuff. So anyway, super cool. It's a really cool thing to get. That makes you feel a bit more special. And like the envelope it came in said something about like, can you believe the vacation's already over or something like that. So anyway, really cool thing. So
Wait, can you?
Yeah. I expected it would be over by now. So I don't know what else to tell you. So and then last thing, I did see a movie this week. Very briefly, I saw The Dark Crystal, 1982 film, Jim Henson. And I'm just gonna cut. And I just got to see it in theaters. They were playing it in like one of those like Phantom events or whatever. Obviously, the film was a labor of love for the people involved. Also obvious is that they weren't really concerned about making a film for other people. It was awful. Like it was so.
Is that the first time you'd ever seen it?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. It is.
Oh.
Now, so again, there's like little scenes where you would see like, they're running through the woods and they have all these like plant and animal puppet things that are going crazy and the detail is amazing and it is so inconsequential to the actual story. So, really hard to watch. Would have been very easy to sleep through. Definitely can tell it's an absolute work of art for puppet people. And it's just a very bad movie. So that's my quick review of The Dark Crystal. Luke,
Yeah.
pick it up.
Man,
You have
Dark
any
Crystal-
interesting animal stories?
Animal stories. No, we still have guinea pigs. Someday they'll die and my life will be normal again. I don't like guinea pigs. They just smell like barns.
This is what we've resorted to now on the show.
I think that's what we all think about in the morning is just
Barns.
animals.
Dead dog? No,
Just animals.
I don't.
Yes, you do.
Okay. I didn't think about it that way.
Yeah.
I always think about like what my smell radius is. If I'm going to like basically my area of effect is gonna like get in the way of other people I have to interact with during the day.
Yeah.
Is that how you determine when and if you shower?
Yeah. If I think
Will a sweater stop this? No? Okay, I should bathe.
yeah, that's probably what I think about in the morning.
That's fair. All right. So my week, the boys, we moved them into separate rooms. So it happened this weekend. We got carpet installed on Thursday, and I was painting this week to finish Jonas's room, and now they have 2 separate rooms. So that was like most of my week was just painting and cutting in trim and all that kind of stuff. And I've also
Did you paint it with like your tiny model paint?
Yeah,
like brush?
it took forever.
It took
It's the
43
only
hours.
brush I have. But I've also been watching a lot of TV, and I started watching *Halt and Catch Fire*. Have you guys watched that at all? It's like Silicon Valley in the 80s without humor. So it's a story about these people that work at a company called Cardiff Electric, and they are part of the race to build the first like portable personal computing system. And that's really all you need to know. It's pretty good. It's a drama. It's AMC. It looks great. The acting is decent, but it's just one of those stories that you're following this group of people trying to do something, and things just happen along the way. Always. And as we've gone into the second episode or the second season, it's gone from like the personal computer and mobility into like online gaming and some of those things happening in like 1985 and stuff. So it's interesting to see that side of the tech world, told in a different story. So it's on Netflix. I really liked that.
And it's called Halt and Catch Fire.
Halt and Catch Fire. Yep.
Is it a bit?
I've always heard it said like how you just said it, which is like Halt and Catch Fire, and I always pictured it was a guy named Holton catching fire. Seriously.
Okay. Nope, never mind.
Well, I was not like he literally catches fire, but like Holton Catch Fire. I just thought it was 3 words.
No, that's fine. I get it.
Kind of like this girl is on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's not literally on fire.
Yes.
Okay, because I don't know. Working in that industry in that time period, because I imagine it's like huge leaps and bounds of advancement and all that type of stuff. Is it more of like a Wolf of Wall Street vibe? Like, is it kind of like Wild West of computing, or is it still very like?
Yeah, so it's. I mean, IBM is the big player, and then they talk about. It's interesting because I don't know as far as like behind the scenes how like the licensing and stuff worked, but they mentioned Apple, but they couldn't mention like they talked about the 1984 ad. Like, the lady throwing the sledgehammer through the screen. They talk about that being like revolutionary for the time, but they kind of skirt around some like terminology and some like branding. So that stuff is interesting. But yeah, it's the first like LCD screen being put into a computer, and now it's like the first like forum development for like an online community, and talking about like, I mean, even there's a part where this kid is like not paying his mom shut off the account for this online gaming kind of thing that they started. And so one of the guys is going door-to-door salesman to like try and get those customers back. And he sells it to the mom like, she's like, well, he's not doing anything. He's just sitting on the computer playing games. He's not talking to his friends. And he's like, well, and the son's right there. And he's like, you are playing with friends and talking to friends. And he's like, yeah, those friends are closer than any other friends in real life. And it's like this, like the mom looks at him like this aha moment kind of thing. And it's really like a little cheesy, but it's not like, afternoon special kind of cheesy. But it's weird to think about. Those seem so normal to us. And so,
right.
Like you don't even think about that, but the time where, I mean, they talk about they created the games just so they could play games together over a network, and they noticed that people were finishing a game of tank, like the tank battle, like the blue and red tank on the green field, and like the Atari game, and they were staying online chatting in that room for like hours after their game was over. And so then they started just creating rooms for people to talk. And then now they're creating like forums and stuff like that. And it's cool to see.
Chatting rooms.
Yeah, chat rooms. It's cool to see those ideas of things that, a chat room is not a thing really anymore. But right. the beginning of that. So I like it.
If I had a burger stand, I don't know why I'd say stand. I mean like a restaurant. I would have an item called the afternoon special,
yeah.
And it would be a cheeseburger.
Yeah,
I just want you to know that.
Yeah, that makes sense. I like it. That's it. I'm done. That's me. I'm done. Andrew.
That's about it. So that was my son Cooper. He was bringing me this. I forgot it in the car, and so I texted my wife. This.
Peace.
We'll be talking about it here in just a couple minutes with the creator of the game, but I wanted to show you. It's here. I have it. It's great.
Patrick, you don't look impressed.
Well, because I am kind of waiting to learn more about the game with everyone else.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm not going to tell you anything about it. I'm just going to show it to you. You'll hear about it here in the next few minutes with Mr. Andrew Kolb himself. But here's the deck.
That looks good.
It looks really good. The colors are amazing. Not going to go into depth about it at all. Just wanted to show you cards. I'll take some pictures and post it onto my Instagram. You can check it out there. Go and pick it up. It's a lot of fun. All
Luke,
right,
the 3-second video you sent us last night, Mackenzie said that's the funniest thing you've ever done.
Oh.
What was that? Oh, I couldn't open it.
It's you.
Oh, good.
Is that what you're talking about? I think that's the only video I sent you.
Yeah.
Couple things real quick that I got. The ongoing story of this game. I finally got the starter set book for City of Mist.
I got a targeted ad for that on Instagram yesterday.
It feels really nice. And these are the
I'm not kidding.
the character sheets.
Oh, man.
So these are the character sheets for it.
What?
Really, really nice quality.
Wow.
But then on the
Wow.
back side, like that's so on the back people can see what character you have. And then here's the inside where it has their story, a quick overview of the rules, and then these are their like attributes.
Rich old dame.
Yeah, these are like the starter like characters. But they have, gosh, I forget how many are in here. There's like 8 or 10, I think. So
Wow.
They look beautiful, and the quality of the print and the art is great. So
Is it like a matte look finish?
Yeah, it's matte. It's not. It's more of like a satin finish.
Oh, okay. Cool.
To it, but it's laminated with a non-gloss laminate. I also last night we went to Austin and went to the Phantom City Creative Mondo Batman the animated series show.
Yeah.
It's a very long. That's lots of things to qualify, but that's it. It was awesome. They did so much Batman stuff. Like, it's crazy.
Enough to fill a whole show.
I'll have to fill a whole show. So it was really, really cool. It was really good. But while we were there, we went to a couple comic book shops, and I picked up Paper Girls Volume 1.
Yeah.
Or Book 1, not Volume 1. It's like the full compendium.
Right.
It's really, really nice. You see there's like a spot varnish on it.
Yep.
And then you've got the foil, like holographic foil on there.
I think Andrew Kolb has single-handedly cost you more money than anyone else.
I think you probably... Well, no. Because these aren't nearly as expensive as like some of the games and toys I purchase. But he's probably single-handedly responsible for like the most stuff that I get. But it's pretty cool. I mean the artwork in it is great.
Yeah.
If you want to hear more about it, go back and listen to that episode. It was from
Calculated Comics with Kolb.
And then I finally was able to find in the real life Clank Sunken Treasures.
Hey.
So I got that and finally understand it gives you a whole new board. It's not just an expansion board. It's a whole new board that has a there you go, the back side of it. I don't know if you can see it. There's a ship.
Yeah.
Trying to get just enough off camera so that you can see the whole thing.
Yeah.
There's a ship, and then there's underwater, and so anyway,
Have you
I'm
played
excited.
it yet?
What?
Have you played it
No,
yet?
I got this last night.
I haven't even opened mine yet. Because I've played the
You played
Space,
Space,
but I
right?
haven't.
Yeah.
But I haven't played that one yet. So have you? Are there?
Oh,
new
you have Sunken Treasures?
Yeah.
Oh,
Are there any
Then why
new
am I talking
mechanics
about
with
it?
it?
what?
Are there any new mechanics with it?
There's a couple new pieces and a new thing. So I haven't read the expansion rules yet, but it looks like
both
it just
play it.
adds to the other game.
I'll play it this week. You play it this week. We'll talk about it next week.
All right, sounds good.
Well, I want to play it then.
I think that's it. I saw a really great movie I'm going to talk about. I've seen several movies. I've been watching Ernest Cline did a curation with Alamo Drafthouse on the movies that inspired Ready Player One.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've been going to all of those movies. So Back to the Future, we went to the Back to the Future movie party. War Games is next week, I think. Iron Giant. We're going to see Buckaroo Banzai, I think the week after that.
Nice.
And there's one other one that I have. Road Warrior. I haven't booked my tickets to Road Warrior yet, but it was cool. So at the beginning of each of these movies, he does a little talk. Like there's a little thing that they did with him, and he talks about Ready Player One and how this movie inspired that and all this different things. So
that's cool.
Yeah. It's been pretty neat. I finished reading Ready Player One, and I've already finished reading Armada.
What did you think of Armada?
I loved it. I thought that it was great. It was totally different. Mm-hmm. It's still based in kind of that 80s nostalgia, but it takes place in 2018. Like it's a present day, slightly alternate reality.
Yeah.
But feels very much rooted in now. So great story. And then I started reading Fire and Fury, that's the inside the Trump White House.
Oh,
great!
It's a vastly scarier story. So one is about aliens invading and totally taking over the world, and the other one is about 80s nostalgia. So you see what I did there?
Yeah,
that was a political joke. But that's it. Lots of books and games and comics. That's been my week. I think that's it for Around the Table.
Yeah, master categories.
Yeah, let's head off to our master categories. If you're watching this on YouTube, check out all the stuff below. That's all the links and things you need to know. And find us there and click on them. We're on social media. Search M of One Podcast. Go to mofonepodcast.com /Slack to join the Slack channel. We're going to be at Crop. We're going to be at Master
Creative South.
Master of Creative South, doing a workshop.
Let's say real quick, again, we're going to be at Crop. Crop is, we're, 3 weeks from now? 4 weeks from now?
Yes. Very soon.
Four weeks from now, yep.
Soon. And I think there are still tickets available.
Yep.
So
$100.
The last wave of tickets is out there, and it's going to be such a blast. We're going to be in Baton Rouge. Like, we're going to be having beignets and
isn't that New
and voodoo dolls,
alligators?
That's all New Orleans.
Here's the thing:
Louisiana. Beignets are not just New Orleans.
You need to buy your ticket now because plane tickets will start going up. Like once we get within just a couple weeks.
Up. That's how they get to the places they go.
That's true, but
don't worry, they will come back down.
The point is, you really want to buy your ticket now because if you wait another week, your flights are going to double. So this is the time.
You're right.
He's not wrong. And then we'll be at Creative South where we'll have a workshop. Sign up for that now if you want to be a part of that. We're on social media, M of One Podcast everywhere. You can support the show on Patreon. Go to patreon.com/M of One Podcast. Throw a couple dollars in there each month, and that helps us continue to do what we do. I think that's it. It's early morning. We just need to... Yeah. We need to go. So up next, Master Categories.
And you're Andrew.
I'm Patrick.
And I'm Andrew.
And I'm Luke.
Peace out.
Bye.
Hold on something.